I'm Bridget, and you're
This is
listening to
oh,
Gateway Anime Podcast.
the podcast where we make you watch stuff because we love you. Yay! Here
All
we
right.
are. Before we start, I was accosted at work today by one
Uh-oh.
of our Coke vendors. His name is Mason. And he's
Uh-oh.
like, I have a bone to pick with you. And I was like, okay. And then he just
Uh-oh.
walked away from me, as one does.
Okay.
And so I was like, bro, that's so rude. And finally, I was like, bro, why are you mad at me? And he said, you have a podcast. You never told me about it. So I gave him our card. And Mason, hello. If you are listening, I'm sorry that I didn't tell you. I
And Mason,
didn't
if you're
realize we
not
were that
listening,
close.
how dare you accost Lauren and then not listen?
Me and Mason are pretty recent homies. Like we were like friendly, but I gave him some gay advice because he wasn't sure if someone was gaying on him, and I was like, you know what? Who knows? Here are your options. So we had a really big heart to heart. It was really fun. Long story short, he was not being gayed upon, so that was cool. Good for him.
I'm not quite sure what that term means, but all right.
It's like preying upon someone,
I know,
in
but
a
is
gay
he
way.
gay? Or is
No,
he?
he's not. That's the thing. He
Oh,
made
okay,
a
got
friend
it.
who was
Okay, got
gay,
it.
and he wasn't positive if it was like a friend thing
I was like, do you just
or a
mean
gay thing.
hit on?
Yeah, pretty much. That's a term that I coined right now, this very moment.
Oh, okay.
Being gayed upon.
So lost.
I love it.
All right. Well, other news, I also have an apology corner this week. I thought I was going absolutely insane watching this week's episodes and was trying to figure out why episode 11 was the same as episode 10. So if you're listening to last week's episode, you'll see that I accidentally covered episode 11. Somewhere my math was wrong. And remember, we've said this since the show began that I'm bad at math. And I guess I watched 2 episodes and morphed them together in my brain. So I've watched all of the show before on Funimation. So sometimes it skips to where I left off. And my brother and I share a Funimation account. So he's rewatched this multiple times. So maybe it just popped past the intro because I had seen it before, or that's where one of us had left off and it morphed together. So if the beginning of this episode sounds like the end of last week's episode, that's because they're the same. It is episode 11, and I can't fully figure out where I went off last week, but
You know, I really have to take a partial credit for that because I realized that something was wrong, but I assumed that I had missed the last part of this episode. And because, like, we've both watched it before, so I was like, obviously something happened here. I am so sorry for my dogs. Can you hear them?
Yeah. Oh, yeah, for sure.
So sorry about that. I got a new microphone, so you're gonna hear a lot of weird crap from my animals. It's much better than the old one. Oops. God, what was I saying? My dogs are horrible.
You were
Oh
saying,
yeah, so I
yeah.
knew that there was something wrong, but I assumed that I had missed that part of the episode. So my bad. Should have said something.
Nope, she just let me go on and talk about episode 11 like it was episode 10.
But that's okay because going back over it, I remembered what you said and I was able to take some notes of disagreements.
Oh, good.
But before we get into this, you guys, I have to tell y'all about this show I'm watching. I'm calling it a show. It's an anime, but it is legitimately one of the best shows I have ever watched, like ever. Like anime, TV, live action, anything. It's the best. It's called Ranking of Kings. And it's on Funimation, and it's so cute. They only have 17 episodes right now, but it's everything. It's adorable, it's painful, it's action-packed, it's absolutely gorgeous. It's like watching a Ghibli movie meets Avatar: The Last Airbender meets Adventure Time meets Over the Garden Wall, and it's crazy. And it's about,
those are all things I love.
All of these kingdoms, right? And they all have a king, obviously, and all
Makes
the kings
sense.
are given a ranking by like this
ranking
official
of kings.
ranking league.
Okay.
And it's all done off of like brute strength, intelligence, and the loyalty of your people. And it's about this young prince named Boji, and he is deaf and mute.
Okay.
And very small. And his father is like the seventh of all of the kings. So he's like a really strong king.
Okay.
And he's dying, and all he wants to do is be the most powerful king.
So,
but he has a younger brother who is much stronger than him and much better than him. And he can hear and speak, and everyone they just don't get him because they can't communicate well, and everyone just assumes that he'd be a really bad king because he's not strong in the way that they see strong, but he is strong in other ways. So it's all about like his quest to become a king, and it's just everyone slowly falling in love with him while all these horrible things are happening to him and around him, and it's upsettingly good. Everything about it is good. I can't go into more of it because I don't want to ruin it, but everyone needs to watch it immediately because no one's heard of it, and everyone should hear of it because it's one of the best things I've ever seen. I'm on like episode 8, and I watched 8 episodes last night and was going to watch more, but I had to work at 4 this morning. So I was like, oh, it's so good, guys. It's so good. Everyone watch Ranking of Kings. I don't even want to roll. I just want to put this on the list. Like, that's how much I love it. I loved it more than
breaking the rules, and you love our rules.
I love it more than Devilman Crybaby.
Whoa.
I love this show. I can't say it enough. So everyone, please, for the love of God, if you care about me, if you care about anime, if you care about good content, go watch Ranking of Kings immediately.
There's Lauren
and tell all of your friends to watch Ranking of Kings.
So I've been watching The Tinder Swindler. And opposite news of what I've been watching, a documentary about a guy scamming people out of money on Tinder.
Oh, no.
Very intriguing. Ladies, never take a loan out for a man. Let me tell you. Ladies, babies, anybody, don't ever take a loan out for a man. They don't deserve it. And they will swindle you. Tinder Swindler. What a great name, though.
It is a very good name. Like it's perfect.
As soon as it was like in the news that the Tinder Swindler had been finally banned from Tinder, and I think Bumble, and so I was like, I don't know what that is. And so Netflix, being really on the ball, was like, we suggested for you, because I mean, crime documentaries is like my number one thing watched on Netflix, and I was like, all right. And so the other night I was sitting in the bath and had a nice bubble bath, a drink, and then watched Tinder Swindler.
Oh my God. There.
I was like, what a great night.
That is a really nice night. I hope that's how my night will end. Not watching that, but in a bath watching something.
You should. The way he just like love bombs these people and then just turns on them and uses the same excuse every time. And then the only reason he gets taken down because all the ladies team up. And one of them steals all of his like high fashion Gucci clothes and starts selling them to make her money back. It's amazing. And she was like, yeah, honey, I'll sell these clothes for us and we'll pay off these loans. And then she just flew off to Prague and never came back and like ghosted him and was like, no, this is my money. You stole my money. I'm selling your clothes. It was amazing. I loved her. She's like, yeah, he never knew it was me that turned him into Interpol until now. And then she looked in the camera and went, hi. And I was like, queen.
Get it.
Queen status.
Wear your crown.
Right there.
Raise it.
So Tinder Swindler on Netflix. It's great. It's a pretty short doc too.
Or just watch Ranking of Kings. Everybody, please, for the love of God. No, I can't. It's so good. You watch Ranking of Kings. You never watch anything for me. You always watch everything for Michael. No, don't even.
Because they say there's a movie and it's one season. You normally get me to watch
Ranking of Kings is 17 episodes.
Okay, well, this is the first time I've heard about it. So, okay.
I need it.
I need it because I watched Demon Slayer because
and Jujutsu Kaisen, which I've been trying to get you to watch forever for Michael.
Never had you tell me Jujutsu Kaisen. You just said Goji's a pretty dude. You never told me to watch it. I didn't know there was one season.
I did. I have told you several times to watch Jujutsu
There's
Kaisen.
no
Do not fight with
documentation
me.
of this.
She totally has.
Why would
She's
there-
talked to me about it.
We'll get out of the podcast. Back up, bro.
I'm telling you,
That's
it's
not fair.
happened.
I'm single. I can't have someone always listening to my conversations.
Watch those shows. I'm just gonna assume you don't have taste, Bridget, because they're really good shows.
I've watched it, you dingus. Tell him that. Tell him that.
She did watch it in a day for Michael, not for me. For Michael.
Oh,
I texted you about it.
You're a bad friend.
I'm gonna stab him. I'm going to stab him in his swole little arms and they'll pop.
Oh.
Can he hear me? No, right? Good.
No, he can't. We're
Good.
good. I'm sorry.
I'm threatening his life.
We can get into the episode.
I only watched, and I texted you about watching it, and you never would text me back. So I stopped live texting.
Because you were always texting me when I was working, and I can't.
I'm just
That's
saying.
the thing.
Just saying. I tried to live text you for those 3 days. I finished it.
Phone when I'm at work.
Now you're making me angry. Hydrate. What do you say? What do you say? I'm ready to fight.
He said I don't text him back when I'm at work. So you're not the only one.
I believe I'm the wife in this situation, so he falls under me. So
technically, I'm the wife in this situation. Just want to throw that out there. Anyway, let's talk about Attack on Titan. Now that I'm done
yelling at
being
me,
a butthole. Yes, I only yell out of love, though.
At least I watched it, and now there's like
You did.
Jujutsu Kaisen and Goji stickers everywhere on my mic stand already.
But now you can totally watch Ranking of Kings.
Oh my god!
Much. You'll fall in love instantly.
Let me look at what this animation style is.
It's the cutest animation style ever, and the action sequences are beautiful. It's like Princess Mononoke. It's so cute and so good.
He looks like a little baby.
He is. He's a child. That's the point.
This looks all right. Well,
that's the thing. It doesn't look like a typical anime, so people aren't giving it a chance. But it is so good.
All right. Well,
has my opinion on anime ever let you down?
Devilman Crybaby.
You haven't watched it yet.
I watched the first 2 episodes, remember?
Yeah, but you haven't really given it a chance.
There were so many nipples that ate people that
it's we're gonna watch it and then you'll understand once you see the whole thing. I had to watch it and then take time away from it. It was like Midsommar for me. Like once I stepped back, I was like, wow.
You know what I mean? I dove straight into that one and was like, yes, burn it all.
Give it a chance. That's all I'm saying. Ranking of Kings. It's amazing. Everybody watch it and tell Bridget to watch it. Thanks.
You know, we gotta have polar views to keep all of the audience intrigued.
Exactly.
we do that naturally in life.
I was gonna say, do we ever really agree on anything?
We agree that Levi and Irvin are a great team.
And in love. Well, Levi's in love with Irvin.
Yeah, that's what it is. It's one way street, sadly.
That's okay. If Irvin
and Hanji's in love with Levi, and Levi's in love with Irvin, and Irvin's in love with.
I think Hanji's in love with Titans.
What? I think that's an obsession, but I think she loves Levi.
I don't think she's in love with Levi at all. I think she loves
him. The internet
disagrees. The internet doesn't get it, and that's okay.
Because I typed in Levi season 1 background to get this image of him, and it was just all like him and Hanji kissing, and I was like, man, I don't remember that happening.
Canonically,
I was like, hold on.
I don't know if this is canon or a headcanon, but I'm pretty sure Levi is legitimately gay.
It's headcanon, it's not confirmed.
I feel like someone confirmed it.
Well, the author
like no one else is gay. But Levi is just gay. And I know that I'm saying this as a person who sees everyone as gay, but I'm pretty sure
Same.
Levi is gay. Like, he just is.
Well,
Or
it
he
makes
just
sense that I'm
doesn't care
attracted
about
to him
people
because
at all.
that tends to be my type.
Yeah,
What a
I grew out
struggle.
of that.
Apparently, I'm like, wow, they're really attractive. And they're like, yeah, they're gay. And I'm like, dang it. Are you sure? You fully or just some? We'll work with this.
It'll be okay.
It's always fully.
It'll be okay. I guess let's re-talk about episode 11, yeah?
Yeah. All right.
So episode 11, Idol, The Struggle for Trust, part 7. Here's your Netflix summary. Plans are made to use Aaron's powers to seal the hole, and I really messed up this summary when I was typing it. Oh my god, I'm so sorry.
That was like me last week.
Plans are made to use Aaron's power to seal the hole in the wall so as to reclaim trust. But the biggest threat to humankind may not be Titans. Okay, I didn't mess it up. It was just written very strange. I remember this.
Remember this when I
remember this.
read
Yeah.
this? Yeah. Okay, here we go. So Armin's recapping. You'll see where midway, this is my new note. Armin recapping what happened, how Aaron isn't a threat, and Armin advocating for him, Pixis saving their lives. And then I said, between Aaron's voice and the dub is rough. And then my next note is episode 11 the same as 10? Am I going crazy? Did I get numbers wrong? And then, oops, I combined an episode somewhere. So here we go with last week's little recap of episode 11. Because I apparently already covered 11 last week. Oops. Aaron says the Titans aren't our only foe, knowing that people's fear of him and this newfound power might be a threat to their lives. Again, because, they've only learned that Titans are not to be trusted, and now their comrade's a Titan. They want to try and retake trust, and I said sure up the hole. Remember, this is when I had all these typos last week, so maybe that's how I don't know. But they wanna put the boulder in front of the hole and fill it up. All the soldiers aren't sure why that's the plan, and they don't want to go back, and it's causing some of them to like snap and go crazy. Pixis announces the plan for Aaron to take Titan form, move the boulder to the hole. Armin explains that a new part of the plan is for them to lure the Titans to large groups of people and soldiers so they can be bait so Aaron can move the boulder. Aaron's not even sure if he can lift the boulder. People aren't too thrilled about being human bait. Which, after what they just went through, can't blame them. They just got over the wall and safe, and then I need to put my watch on silent. Oops.
How dare you?
I just heard a ding. I was like,
we were all so invested in what we've already heard.
And what we've already covered. So some people don't believe that Aaron is a Titan. They want to abandon their post. My beloved captain that is breaking my heart because you told me he's All Might and I hate him. Captain Worm, I don't remember his name. Wowerman, there we go. Is telling people like, hey, if you abandon your post, you'll be executed. Desertion is treated by execution. But then Pixis says if anyone wants to leave, they have his blessing and he's not going to make anyone relive the trauma. Pixis is really kind of cool because he's really like, man, like, I've got this plan. We're going to see it through and see if it works. He's very calm, cool, collected. Like, if he's freaking out, he doesn't really show it. And then he just goes home and drinks.
And then he goes out and drinks. And then he just stands on the wall and drinks. And then he goes into battle and drinks.
And then he drinks.
And he just drinks.
His kidneys are failing. Or liver. Sorry, liver fail. Kidneys could too. I mean, probably. Who knows? Yeah. Pixis explains that if they don't fight, then it's mankind's own fault that they get wiped out, and if they die, they must die here. So they're saying like this is going to be our final stand. Like if we want to even have hope at ever reclaiming walls, this is it. This is going to prove whether we can do it or not. Aaron says that it's his duty to make false hope real and plug the hole. Could have, phrased that better, but truth. Mika says on the decoy squad, the ones that are like distracting the Titans. And once again, Aaron is a complete wiener to her. I mean, he has a point, and she could have done it, but he handles it in a very poor manner.
So what you said, what did he say? You said it last week. Because I wrote it down from the sub and it was different.
And says that it's not her responsibility to care for him and that she's not his mom.
So in the sub, he says, I'm not your little brother and I'm not your child. And I think the way it comes off to me,
that's a way better phrasing of it.
The way it comes off to me is that he wants her to see him as a man because he loves her too.
See,
so
yeah,
he
that
can't,
makes it way better.
He doesn't want her to mother him because he doesn't want her to be his freaking mom. And yeah, it's the translation is ridiculous. I'm gonna start doing that with them.
Because
I'm gonna start writing down what he says because I want to see how it changes in the dub.
Yeah, because every time you say what your translation was compared to what the dub lines were, your translation's always way better and conveys the point better than the dub where he just comes off like a prick.
Oh my gosh, Bridget. Speaking of Yuki Kaji and Ranking of Kings, he's in Ranking of Kings, and I picked him out. He plays the little brother who is a total tool. And
classic.
I heard it and I was like, that's Eren Yeager. That's it. And I was right. I was right. I just want everyone to know that I am becoming the god of voice actors. And
wow. Anybody that declares themselves a god level of something normally gets wiped down real hard, Lauren. Beware.
I mean, I always do, but I know that
before the fall.
Like, there is no part of me that has any chill. So anytime I claim something, I proclaim it loud. And then
No chill?
No chill. I don't know. I know. It's shocking. I just seem so calm and level-headed.
Not the lady who just berated me about anime. What? How dare you?
I just needed you to know. Anyway, Yuki Kaji is great. He makes Eren a good character. The translation is better when it's subtitled.
It's true.
That is all. But also right after, him and Armin have this like mind conversation through the power of love.
A lot of those mind conversations that I'm like, should this be dialogue? But how are y'all communicating to each other through your mind?
The power throuple lives. They are all in love.
Because
they communicate
does it at the end of the episode to Eren. Yeah. And I'm like,
I'm telling you.
Out loud.
I'm telling you, dude. It's this like power of love that gives them the ability to talk in their brains.
Gosh, now. What's his name?
The power of love.
Yeah, Back to the Future.
I don't remember
that band's name.
That one band.
Back in time. That guy.
They used to play at work all the time at AGV, and I would get like physically angry anytime it came on.
It follows you around.
I know. I was like, I can't escape this song, and that was my least favorite of all of the cleaning countdowns. Like, I would purposefully remove it from playlists if Adrian put it on there because I hated it. Oh my gosh, Steve, you are not dying.
Will left.
He did, and they're sad. He wore the cologne that I gave him. I gave him a lot of crap because
were you listening for the dog?
I bought Will. Sorry, small tangent, but we've already heard.
We've already did a large tangent.
So I bought Will this cologne. It's very expensive Dolce & Gabbana cologne that it was our very first Christmas dating. So hey, we started dating in October. So this is like my first gift to him was a stupid cologne, and he never wore it. And I was like, like, we still have it. We've been together for almost 6 years, and he still has this bottle of cologne. He just never wore it. But recently he started finally wearing it, and I love it. It smells so good. I spent hours sniffing cologne. Like, which one would he like? And he never wore it. And now he's finally wearing it.
Lucky brand for him. Lucky You cologne is like my favorite smell on a guy. And I have sniffed someone out in a crowd one time. I was like, are you wearing Lucky brand Lucky You for him cologne? It was a draft house. And they were like, yes. And I was like, it's like my favorite smell. And it's not too expensive of a cologne either. But when it walks past me, I'm like, I have like an empty bottle of it saved because I sniff it.
Well, Will wears blue. by Dolce & Gabbana. And I wear Daisy by Marc Jacobs because it smells amazing.
I wear Bath and Body Works.
I need to go to Bath and Body Works because I would also like to wear Bath and Body Works.
I wear 1,000 Wishes for You, the Lunar New Year special edition of 1,000 Wishes by Bath and Body Works. Body spray, not even the perfume, the body spray.
I'm so sorry. They're so loud.
It also sounds like someone's like stomping on you.
Someone is pulling up our trash cans.
Oh.
Someone is probably Will. Puppies, please stop. We have to talk about Aaron.
All right, here we go. So, Aaron and Miksa wieners. All right. The Garrison Squad remind Aaron that multiple people will die today and that they're like family and their blood's on his hand and he has to make their deaths worth something. This is what I was talking last week about. It's really brutal for them to be guilting him, and he is a kid. Like, again, that sucks. He didn't choose this life.
In the sub, she is much more like, she still lays it on. She's like, you know, like, I know these people. Most of these people I went to training with, like, and most of them will die today.
Yeah.
She's just like, you don't even, I think she said something in the sub that was like, you don't have to be perfect. You just have to get to the finish line. And I was like, ooh, like, it was good, but it was
this
like
one was just like, all my friends are going to die and they have families
horrible.
And this is all your fault. And I was like, bruh. Yeah, the dub was not as great then.
I'm telling you guys, you gotta watch the show in sub. You just gotta watch it.
Every week you make more and more of a great case for everyone to watch it in sub because the translations for dub are just a little rough. Although until we get to Levi's epic one-liners, which will be the end of this episode, because his one sentence in Trost before they go to the dungeon is my absolute favorite. Okay. So Aaron jumps off the wall, turns into a Titan success. A giant Labrador dog just ran by my window. Guess who does not own a dog? Me. Okay, you need to get out of the yard. I have cats. I think they're both inside, but all right. Anyway, there's a dog in the yard. Okay. So turns into a Titan successfully. Then he looks back at Miksa, and she, with her mind telepathy of love, says, "Aaron," and he just straight up punches her through the roof, or so it looks like. And we're like, "Uh-oh, Aaron attacked a human. Is Aaron like Titan, or is Aaron still Aaron Titan?" Because we don't know. This is the first time we've seen this his voluntary like transformation, other than his like half skeleton transformation to block the cannonball. So after credits, it looks like people are getting eaten, people are falling. Looks like they're kind of attacking Aaron. See Aaron in bed crying and Armin banging on the window, like as if Aaron's stuck somewhere, but it's like a time reversal. It's like little kid Aaron. And the ominous quote says, "Just when it seems the operation ends in failure. ...
Speaking of perfume, whenever you read that, you always do it in like this breathy perfume ad voice. And I just keep expecting you to be like, Titan Blood by Aaron.
Titan Blood by Aaron Yeager.
I hate it.
My new calling. Hey, let us do ads for you.
Yeah, we want to sell your
pay
stuff.
Us. Please.
Thanks. We'll do it in really weird voices, and then we'll stop talking about it and demand that you watch shows that you have no interest in. Here we go.
Purple mattress. Athletic greens. These are all the ones that I hear.
What's a FabFit Fun? We're not FabFit or fun, are we?
Hey, I'm wearing my gym. I'm not fit, but I try. As someone said, I'm fat fit. And I was like, that's a great way to put it. I'm fat fit.
I'm slim thick, apparently.
Yeah, you are. You got that good hourglass figure.
You guys, the other day, this is my favorite thing Bridget's ever done. Bridget came to visit me at work because she brought me my new microphone, and she didn't realize that I had enough hair to put in a ponytail. I do.
So it threw me off because normally Lauren's got short hair and it doesn't fit in a ponytail.
She recognized me by my tuchus.
Lauren's got this great hourglass figure and this great booty. And so I was like, they have a ponytail, so I don't know if that's Lauren. And then I looked down and I was like, oh, that's Lauren. And then to extra confirm it, when she turned and pulled her phone out, I saw the Sailor Moon chain and I was like, yep, there it is. And so I recognized Lauren by that booty though.
I told that to Dana and she was like, I could probably do that too. And I was like, why are y'all looking at my tuckets? But it also made me feel really good. Thanks. I know y'all can't tell because I only wear hoodies, but my house is very cold. So
well, and we only see from like collarbone up, so that doesn't help.
That's true.
Lauren, demonstrate the booty for the class.
I will not be showing anyone my booty right now. Thank you.
Will
as much fun as that will
demonstrate the booty.
What I will show you are the 3 new characters that have been named in this episode. Wasn't that a great transition? Aren't you super
proud? There's coffee in my nose now.
Oh no.
You made me laugh.
Awful.
Oh, it was a good transition, but I wasn't ready for it.
All right, let's go. So we have 3 new characters. They are Aaron's Garrison Guard, the elite team. So the first character's name is Ian Dietrich. His English voice actor is Scott Freeman. He has a lot of credits, but I did not list any of his credits, and I've chosen not to, and we will not be talking about him again because he is a convicted sex offender. He was arrested in 2014 on 8 accounts of child pornography. And since then, Funimation has terminated their contract with him and replaced all of his ongoing roles with other actors. So I will be replacing him
we don't
with
support
anything else. So we don't talk about him.
Bye
and I was
that
really
dude.
disappointed because he is the voice of of a character from my childhood. And I was like, wow, that ruined that. That's fine.
Don't you hate it when people grow up to be the absolute worst scum of the world?
Yes, I do. So boo Scott Freeman.
Boo.
You get no credits. But the Japanese voice actor's name is Yuya I was doing so well. Murakami. And they play Umo in Dr. Stone, Magic Man in One Punch Man Season 2, and a handful of just a ton of different characters in Hunter x Hunter. Like, he's not additional voices, he's a ton of small roles. So I just kind of...
What is the plot of Hunter x
Hunter?
Hunter?
List all of them.
Do you know it?
The plot of Hunter x Hunter?
Because I see, like, people posting,
so it's about...
There's multiple roles.
I only know a little... but it's about this kid named Gon, and his father was some kind of like fudge. I don't remember what it's called, but he was like this really powerful dude. He's a king or something. I've only watched it like 5 episodes, maybe, of Hunter x Hunter. That they give you pretty much the gist at the beginning. But he's going to this like this test to get like a hunter license.
Okay.
So he can go after his father and do the crazy thing his dad does that I don't remember. So I guess I don't remember the plot of that show because that made no sense.
No. But every time you say the word father, the way you say it, it sounds like that TikTok Pinocchio. But father, when am I going to get to go out and see the world? The gay Pinocchio TikTok. The way
Is it because I'm gay or because
no, it's just the way you go, father. It's the way you do your A's in father. And so every time you say it, I just hear, father, when am I going to get to go out in the world and see the world?
I'm so sad. Oh, no.
Don't be sad. That's what but father. No, stop.
That's okay. It's
fine. It's great audio. It's one of my favorites. It's what's his name that's in like Encino Man and all that. He's a voice actor in a Goofy movie, The Leaning Tower of Cheesa. That guy.
Oh yeah, that guy.
But everybody,
I don't know.
Pauly Shore. Pauly Shore.
There you go.
We like Pauly Shore.
Okay, so I'm Pauly Shore.
You know,
way to build up that confidence, dude. You know that I have a weird thing about my California Texan accent.
I'm so sorry. I didn't realize how Californian Pauly Shore is. And then as soon as I said it, I was like, well, there it was.
Father.
But father. It's
you
just
made
the
me
A's.
laugh too hard, and now I have to pee, and I hate you.
You gotta hold it, girl.
I don't know if I can. Okay.
Keep going.
So the next character I have is Matabi Jarnak, and his English voice actor is Kyle Herbert. He plays Fat Gum in My Hero Academia. I know this guy has been in everything. He plays Kanamori in Demon Slayer. He's the sword guy. He makes the swords. Wolfgang in Burn the Witch. Madarame in Persona 5, and probably his like most known character that I had to add at the end because he's done like 10,000 things. He's Kiba in Naruto and all of the Naruto shows. Kiba's great. I used to be in love with Kiba.
The guy from Best Buy that I bought all this stuff from who checked me out. He was like, "You gotta watch Naruto," because I gave him our card and I was like, that's a lot to watch.
It is a lot to commit
I was
to.
like that. It's like that. I would be down. But it's just so many. It's still airing.
That's gonna be it's not.
It's Boruto's airing, but it's like a continuation of it.
It is a continuation, but it's also a separate series.
I mean, it's just so much.
It is. I could talk about Naruto for about 10 years, but I have to pee, so I'm gonna keep going.
Okay.
The Japanese voice actor is Takanori Hoshino, and he plays Jack Atlas in Yu-Gi-Oh! Katsuya Serizawa in Mob Psycho 100, and Ajihiro Hitara in Run with the Wind. And then the last character I have is Riko Brinska, and her English voice actor is Morgan Garrett. She plays Somaran in Black Clover, Rei Himoru, or Rei Todoroki in My Hero Academia. She's Todoroki's mom. And yeah, we hate her.
What?
What? I hate her.
Oh,
I hate her.
like,
she's garbage.
No,
it's okay.
She's conflicted.
We'll fight about it later.
Forced into a marriage.
And she abused her child.
On accident?
On accident?
Have you never had your mom like accidentally lose it?
Face? Have you ever had your mom pour boiling water on your face?
No, but my mom also didn't have a mental psychosis trapped in a room with an abusive husband that was like using me as a breeding cow.
They are both trash. The Todorokis are garbage. And
but they're hot garbage.
They are hot garbage. Literally hot garbage.
Okay, well, I didn't mean it in a pun way. Anyway, keep going. We've tangented too many times.
All right, and her Japanese voice actor is Michiko Kaden, and she plays Eileen in the regular show and Jupiter and Pokemon Generations. So there you go. Those are your voice actors.
Wait. We need to pause. This is your moment to pee. I have to go stir the beans.
Not the beans.
It's a weird conversation. I just forgot. My dad texted me. We're cooking beans. We're having a game night with friends tonight. And we have beans in the crock pot.
You have to stir them.
And I have to go stir the beans. My dad just texted me and I was like, crap.
All right, pausing. Oh no.
There. Okay.
There. How are the beans, Bridget?
The beans are good. Good to report. The beans are not too soft, as my dad is worried about. They still need to be a little bit softer. So it's stirred. They're safe. Sorry.
Huzzah.
Dad. Huzzah.
Huzzah. I'm trying to make huzzah a thing.
No.
It's not a thing. It's never going to happen.
It's very Fedora-y of you.
Well, I love huzzah. I've said huzzah for many a moon.
Yeah, you
and
have.
I will huzzah until I die.
You can huzzah. Let's not get others huzzahing.
I said it legitimately, like I loudly huzzahed at work the other day, and everyone just looked at me like, what? And I'm like, I'm having joy. What do you want from me?
I am huzzahing of joy.
You know what else gives me joy? These mid-episode screens.
Oh, yeah.
Here's what this one is about. ODM Gear's bodyweight transfer equipment. Woot. So to maneuver in 3D space, it's necessary to be able to shift one's weight precisely using belts strung all over the body. To allow quick maneuvers in 3D space, the equipment is made to be as light as humanly possible. That's it. There you go. But I also have what?
There you go.
A fun fact?
What?
Was this a fun episode?
No.
What's happening?
This is a boring episode.
It's just a quick continuity error that I noticed. Whenever Aaron is initially talking to Pixis, it looks like they gave him a new boot and shirt. But whenever he's beginning the operation again, his shirt is ripped again. So don't know why they missed that, but they did.
Armin got really
And-
mad and like ripped his shirt.
He was like, "You're taking Mikasa? Oh, I'm part of this throuple too."
Include me.
Oh, let's see if he's included in episode 12.
All right.
Wound, which is
Ooh.
not a promising title.
Not great.
So let's do it. Here's your Netflix summary. The plan to reclaim Trost falls apart when Aaron's newfound powers turn him into a mindless giant. What? Meanwhile, Titans continue to swarm the city.
Every time they
That's
say swarm, I'm like, flies. They're not flies. They're a little more deadly. We
They're
do
not
see
flies.
flies in the next episode.
We do. We surely do.
We'll get there.
Do.
Lauren.
I'm sorry.
All right. So here we go. We see Titan Aaron swing at Mikasa, but she managed to dodge it last minute. And she's hanging there in front of him, trying to get him to snap out of it and come to and remind him that he is human, though he is in a Titan body, and wrecking havoc. Aaron, in a really dumb way. So Mikasa's dangling in front of his face. So Aaron goes to try and deck her out of his face, and she moves. So he punches himself in the face and like knocks his jaw off. So his tongue is hanging out, and then like destroys his hand. Really bad move on his part. But classic, am I right?
Mm-hmm.
So they shoot up the red smoke saying that it has failed. The plan has failed. They say they have to retreat and pull back. Mikasa clearly is not going to leave Aaron because she like literally turns back and snarls at that girl. What's her name? Blonde girl.
Rico.
Rico. Rico. Yeah, she like literally snarls at her.
I just know her last name's Brzezinska because I thought it was really fun.
That's a fun one.
Brzezinska, but I'm pretty sure her name is Rico. Which is a
Rico.
weird first name for Brzezinska. Rico Brzezinska.
Yeah, that is a weird one. So Pixis is not going to let them retreat and says that the elite squad can make their own decisions. He trusts them, and that they're still going to lead the other Titans away from Aaron and the boulder. So he's like, all right, we might be struggling right now, but I'm having faith.
But he has the coolest quote here, and I wrote it down because I loved it so much. He said, "This is the threshold of our extinction, soldiers. If my actions ensure mankind's survival, history can call me butcher all it wants." And I was like,
well, ours in the dub did not say that because that's.
Are you serious?
Yeah, it did not. I would have wrote that down. It did not. Yeah, those
I'm so upset. Okay, guys, sub all the way. I'm telling you. Oh my gosh, I'm really mad that they didn't put that in there.
Yeah, they did not say that. I was like, butcher, golly. Oh. No, he's just like, we make our stand. So they made their stand.
That's really upsetting. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
So the captain in charge of Mikasa and her team, what's his name? Ian? Is it Ian? Ian
Dirtrich.
He decides that they're not going to leave Aaron. They're going to save him. Mikasa and him have a special bond, and he goes, Aaron's still our last best chance. Even if right now it looks rough, even if he ends up killing us, he was still our last best chance. My next bullet point, his name is Ian. I must have not. I'm struggling to remember his name.
Here you go, man.
Thanks.
I'm proud of you.
His name is Ian.
His name was Robert Paulson. I'm so sorry. I can't.
All right. Connie and Jean are discussing if this was the right call. Connie says, live to fight another day. And then they decide that they're all in on the plan. Classic. And Annie's just kind of standing there like, all right. And then this is one of my favorite quotes. We're always on the run. Don't you want it to be over? Don't you want to take a stand? Well, this is how it's done. I believe that's Ian, like hyping up the team.
It is.
And then finally, that girl, I think that's Rico.
It's Rico.
I'm really bad at names. So when I'm watching shows, if they don't repeat the names 50 trillion times, like Eren Yeager, I will not remember them until like season 5. My hero was
most of the episodes scoping for newly named characters, so I remember all of their names.
I'm like, My Hero was such a struggle for me. I was like, Invisible Girl, Sticky. I'm still struggling on some of them.
Heck,
But
who do you not know? I want to know if I know it.
oh, you know them all. It's most of Class 1A that I can't remember.
Which one's the one that you can't remember above all?
I don't know because I can't remember. It's awful. Tape arm. Hero is his name. Like Hero.
His name is Zero.
Hero. Got see close. Lion tail dude. Yeah, nothing.
Starts with an O.
Oh shit, see, I'm not there.
Ojiro. There you go.
I got Ochako.
Ochako.
I've got Momo because Momo's easy. Don't ask me your real name. It's Momo.
It's Yayorozu.
Yayorozu, yeah, okay. And then you got Midoriya. Izuku Midoriya, because he's I referred the whole first season. My name is Izuku Midoriya. And so I remember that one. All Might, Toshinori Yagi.
Mm-hmm.
That's because I love him.
Yeah.
And he always is like, I am here. And I was like, all right.
Christopher Sabat's in Ranking of Kings too, and he plays an excellent character.
Lauren,
so you know.
If you mention Ranking of Kings one more time, I'm going to punch you through this computer.
I can't not mention it. It's my new favorite show.
All right. Anyway, you just led me on this tangent because now I'm just trying to like.
I'm sorry.
Sugar Crush. What's his name?
Sugar Crush?
That dude. I'm looking at my mind.
I don't know if I know his name. So there you go. That's one I don't know.
Pinky.
Mina. Ashido.
Todoroki. I know Todoroki. Sue. I know Sue.
There you go.
Did she every time? I told you to call me Sue.
Do you know what her actual name is?
Froggy.
Suyu Asui.
Asui, yeah. Bakugo.
Cha.
Red Riot.
Kirishima.
I do know that one. I must really pressure. Naval Laser. I know his name more now.
I was gonna say.
I know his name more now because it's really prominent in the manga, but I can't think of his name right now.
His name is Yuga Ayama.
Yeah. Stupid electricity dude.
Kaminari.
Okay.
Stupid electricity dude.
Okay, he gets real stupid when he uses a lot of electricity. Arm dude, like 12 arm, like ears on hands and stuff.
Shoji,
yeah, okay. Great boy. Mineta. Got it. Ari. I know Ari. What's her name? Headphone jack girl.
Jiro.
Okay. Guy who talks to bugs.
Koji. His name is Koji something.
And then your favorite
Koji Koda.
Jet Cabs. Starts with T.
Tenya.
Okay, thank you.
Jet Cabs. All right, thank you for listening to Bridget struggle through remembering names.
For a show I've been watching for over a year now.
Over a year and reading.
And I'm just really that bad at names, y'all. So if I ever don't remember your name, please don't yell at me.
That's why Bridget has me. It's okay.
I'm over here. Jet Cabs. You know Jet Cabs?
Yeah, I think Sugar Rush is the only one that I don't know. Ooh, that's gonna
starts
bother
with like
me.
an S.
You're probably right.
Sugar Crush.
Sugar Rush.
In what is this show? My Hero.
Oh my god.
Not Shoto. Sato.
Ugh.
I said it started with an S, right?
Yeah.
See, I can get almost there every time. I'm like, what's that guy in Adventure Time? I have approximate knowledge of everything. He's like that pink dude. He's like, I have approximate knowledge of everything. He's like, what do you mean? He's like, I almost know everything. And he's always like almost there, but never has the actual answer, but is almost at the answer.
I don't remember.
Adventure Time. Approximate knowledge of many things. Yeah, it's a thing.
Is he one of the wizards?
He's a teal dude, demon cat.
Oh. Okay,
As a-
I was thinking there is a pink guy who is in Wizard City. Okay, we can't talk about this right now. I'm sorry. We're gonna go way too
It's
far.
demon cat. I have approximate knowledge of many things. That's me. I have approximate knowledge of many things. Not all the way, approximately.
That's okay.
Anyway, my cat's like crying. Pepper! You'll hear him. Everybody left. Okay, so where were we? His name is Ian. There we go.
Ian.
Connie and Jean are discussing if this was the right call. Live to fight another day. Take a stand. Blah, blah, blah. Finally, Rico agrees and says if we're to stand, this is the only way. So they're finally all on board with the plan. The captain, Ian, says, go save the man you love. And Mikasa goes, it's not like that. And I wrote, okay, whatever, Mikasa. Okay.
She doesn't say anything in the sub. She just
whispers
blushes.
quietly.
She blushes and says, yes, sir.
Oh,
That's
she
it.
whispers, blushes, whispers. It's not like that.
Yeah, telling you guys, the sub.
Yes, sir, is so much better because she's like,
The sub is
my secret.
Excellent. Also, she is so stinking cute when she blushes. Dear Lord.
It's
My
gorgeous.
whole heart just went, so cute.
So Aaron's wounds aren't regenerating, so Mikasa is trying to figure out what she can do to help.
Nothing.
Armin is now racing over to Aaron to go figure out what's happening and how he can help.
Because he's in love with him and he had to abandon his post to save him.
And they all just watch him and they're like, all right, Armin.
Here's Armin just like continuing to be the best character in this show. Freaking runs all the way across that wall when that was the thing he struggled with at the beginning of training. And I'm so proud of my boy. So proud. I was watching him and I was like, you get it, Armin.
I was just like, and there goes Armin. All right.
Well, I love him.
We can hear Aaron's heartbeat and we see him in the Titan crying and he looks kind of out of it.
He's sad.
So, and I said also gross that Aaron's Titan tongue is just hanging out because his jaw's gone. It's like you pan over and it's just like just hanging out there.
You mean you don't just hang out with your tongue out all the time?
No, I have a short tongue.
Sun's out, tongue's out.
That's disgusting.
I'm so sorry.
And
I've been up since 3 this morning.
I'm about to cut
Please
you off.
forgive me.
So Aaron starts like hallucinating back to being at home pre-Titan attack when he's a kid. His dad's there reading, Mikasa and his mom are doing dishes, and he's on the couch snuggled up. Armin runs over and makes it to Aaron, and Mikasa's like, how did you get here? The other teams start distracting and attacking the other Titans, and Mikasa's still a beast. She's just like whipping out all these napes of Titan necks and being a boss. All the Titans are starting to hone in on Aaron and go for him, and they're not very small Titans either, and they're ignoring the other soldiers. Armin says he's going to pull Aaron out of the Titan body, and he's going to cut around the nape. So when Armin stabs into Aaron, which is also like directly into Aaron's arm, it's like, bruh.
See, that's another thing in the sub. He meant to do that.
Oh.
He said, I'm going to try to wake him up. And if I don't aim in the center, I shouldn't hit anything vital.
So so he says he's not going to hit anything vital, but he was like, I'm going to cut around. But yeah, he just like straight up into his arm. And I was like,
guys,
oh, bro.
Watch the sub. Sorry.
So Armin yells, like, leave Aaron to me and go do what you do best to Mikasa. And Mikasa is like, Armin's the only person that Mikasa trusts Aaron with, which was kind of cute.
They're a throuple. Power throuple.
Armin is yelling into the hole and trying to remind Aaron of what all happened. But like when he stabs into him, Aaron just starts like thrashing and screaming as a Titan. So Armin's got to like use the wires to hold himself on there. Aaron sees him in his little vision as a person banging on the window of his house. And he's like, I don't know what you're saying. Why are you banging on the window? What are you talking about? And he keeps talking about how tired he is. Mikasa is literally single-handedly helping all the teams and destroying Titans.
Honestly, though.
And it's pretty epic.
Beast. Yeah. Like, I'm just like, okay. Like, the captain's like, hey, You two over there. You three over there. Mikasa, go do something.
Mikasa, go wherever you want to go. Yeah.
Seriously.
Jean is learning how to be a good leader, and that's some good character growth there because it was really hard for him watching people die. Yeah, he grows on me a lot. In the beginning, he's just a little punk kid when they're in training, but reality slapped him in the face pretty hard, and he grows into a good character.
He's like the only one that this affected in a good way.
Yeah. And so Jean's ODM gear starts malfunctioning, and he can't launch away from the Titan. Like the trigger's broken, so he can't hit the gas power to launch. Annie and Connie get away, but they see that Jean can't use his gear. Jean runs into a house and hides for a minute, and Jean sees a fallen soldier's ODM gear outside of where he's hiding, and says, "Maybe I won't die today." And looks like he's gonna go grab it off that dead soldier, which his whole upper body is like crushed by a rock.
Armin, so he can't use it.
Yeah, he can't use it.
It's okay.
He did. He ain't got a head, Lieutenant Dan. So Armin's still trying to wake Eren up and reminding him about when they used to talk about what's outside the wall and the world his parents wanted to see. Armin finally shakes Eren out of it and reminds him that he believes the world behind the wall is his birthright and that everyone is born free.
The fact that the only way anyone could get to Eren was Armin being like, remember that romantic dream we have of seeing the ocean? You gotta wake up for that, buddy. And I'm just like, love.
I mean, I think that's a really big thing. So that's like for the next 4 seasons, that's Eren's motto. Everyone's born free and outside the wall is my birthright. And he's holding to it still. Even the episodes Eren today, that's still his motto. So that's an important thing. Everybody's born free, and if you try and take it away, you're wrong. And the world outside the wall is his birthright.
Yes.
So after credits, here's the quote: "Run like hell, stay alive. Words run in circles. Lives end in blood and ear-piercing screams. But Eren soldiers on, a beacon of hope." There's a lot of blood, fire, and Titans eating people. The usual preview. That's all I wrote for that. It was like, it's the same as every week. Okay.
Well, I don't have any voice actors. I don't have any fun facts. What I do have is the mid-episode screens, and it's still talking about ODM gear.
Yeah, we really are breaking down this ODM gear for forever.
Well, I mean, it is an important part of the show, so it makes sense.
It was like just like 2 pages in the book, the manga, and this is like 7 episodes. We're gonna break it down. The manga just had like a 2-page spread of every question you could have about ODM gear.
Also, I did just notice, not like just now, but like in this last episode watching on Netflix, they translate it for you.
What?
In a subtitle underneath it, it's like it's being said.
Funimation.
So that's really cool. So
Funimation does that in later seasons. Yeah, but not this first one.
Well, Netflix does the first one.
Wow.
So that's cool. I watch it. I like watching on Netflix now because I can pause by just pressing the space bar, and Funimation doesn't let me do that. And I have to pause every time I write something down because I have to read it. So loving it. Anyway, they're just still talking about ODM gear, and it's specifically the body weight transfer equipment. So it says, for this one, it says users must shift their entire weight to one side of their hips or the other. It permits acrobatic movement, but it's heavily taxing on the muscles. So if you use it for like a super long time, have fun.
And then why Levi is toned.
Yeah. Sorry. Then the second screen is ODM gear training. And it says, for this reason, instructors will deliberately cut students' lifelines to gauge the reaction. So like they will just cut their line to see what happens, which is
that's crazy. What we saw, yeah, like in the training montage. Yeah.
And it says, while unsafe, anyone who dies during training would be unable to fight the Titans anyway. Isn't that messed up?
So they're not talking about on those little rigs. They're talking about they're on the walls and they cut their lifeline. Okay.
Yeah. It's crazy.
Maybe HR wants to be involved in that training method.
Well, HR don't belong in
apparently
Walrose boy. Maybe
sounds like the actual military. HR don't belong here in my military.
Episode
Anyway.
13, Primal Desires. Here's your Netflix summary. This one is like, I believe this one is like super spoilery, but I mean, you already watched the
great.
episode because you're
Yeah,
here.
that's
But I
true.
just wanted to tell you, just in case you
Way to
didn't.
go, Netflix.
If you wanted our summary to be all that you know about Attack on Titan, in which
Please
case I'm so
also
sorry.
don't use us as in an argument then. As
Don't.
you can tell, I don't even know what episode I'm watching most of the time.
Well, yeah, and I just let her do it. So
You're an ableist.
I am. I love you. I want you to be able to talk about what you want to talk
Stop
about.
enabling me.
I'm sorry. I just want you to watch Ranking of Kings so bad.
Oh
All
my
right.
god.
Episode 13, Primal Desire. Here's your Netflix summary. Jean takes desperate measures to replace his broken maneuvering device. Aaron is able to plug the hole in the wall with the help
Good,
of
I
his
did
fellow
phrase
cadets.
that good. Plug the wall.
There you
Plug
go.
the hole.
Oh, and that's it. The end. That's
Yeah,
the summary.
The summary, the only really big spoiler is Aaron does plug the wall, but
Surprise.
a lot of other things
But you should have known
happen.
that because this is the last struggle for trust.
The last,
So-
and there's 4 more seasons, so
Yeah, so there's many more places to struggle for, but not
plenty
trust.
of struggles. Not a trust. Yeah.
Not trust.
Here we go. So Jean's still in that house hiding, being rough on himself. It's the same exact thing of maybe I won't die today. So many people have died and they're having to fall back to the boulder where Aaron is because they're outnumbered, and more big titans just keep flooding in from that hole, almost like Aaron's like beaconing for them to come to him. Connie sees that Jean's gear is busted and he's trying to take the other gear, but Titan's right behind him, and he's like, Jean, watch out! And then Marco shoots down there to help. Oops. This is a very somber moment for you to be making that stupid joke.
He doesn't die here.
Lauren!
He dies later. I'm just
Spoiler!
saying.
I was trying to make this an emotional moment, so then I revealed later that he died. What a
Doesn't
jerk!
die right now.
You just ruined it. We just said people don't watch the show; they just listen to us.
I'm sorry. I forgot that we are the law.
The sole law of
anime.
Attack on Titan. God,
I'm
rude.
so
Anyway,
sorry.
ignore her. So Marco goes to distract the Titans by running on the ground and buys Jean time to get that ODM gear and have the Titans chase him, and he like turns the corner and runs down this alley. And then Lauren just reveals what happens down the alley.
No, he doesn't die down the alley. He's back on the wall right after. Whenever Jean makes it back to the wall, he dies after that.
That's true. Okay.
It's off screen.
Anyway, Annie and Connie run out to go help too. The gear Jean stole still has issues when the triggers are so stiff that when he launches it for the gas, it's uneven because he couldn't get the gear all the way down. Favorite Connie moment here right now. Connie's distraction for the Titan that's running at him. Titan with the big head and Connie with the big head. He just shoots his gear, like grapples to the other side and just slams his whole body and head into the big-headed Titan. And so the Connie lands on the other side and he's like, ow. And the Titan's like, oh. Because Connie just slammed his big head into
Why
the Titan.
don't any of them just try killing the Titan?
Because Connie has one
That's
brain
my
cell.
question.
Connie has one brain cell and he's like, hit Titan.
Yeah, but Annie has several.
Yeah, but Annie was already killing other Titans. Connie was like, I'll distract it. It was just a great Connie moment there.
Yeah,
if you
you're
ever
right.
wanted to know how much of a ding dong and sweetheart Connie is, that was a good summary of him. Help friend, hit Titan. Hit Titan with my head.
Yes.
That was Connie's thought process.
Beautiful. Love it.
Jean almost flies right into a Titan's mouth, but Annie jumps on its throat. See, Annie was prepping. Annie jumps on its throat, so it lowers the head so that Jean flies over it and doesn't get eaten. It's really epic looking.
Yeah, it was dope.
Annie's really cool.
Then
Annie looks over and we hear a loud but slow footsteps, and she's looking like in shock. And then everybody else starts doing it too. And it's Aaron in Titan form, healed and carrying the boulder like Atlas on his shoulders, literally carrying the weight of the world. And is walking towards the hole in the wall to go plug it. The captain yells that they must defend Eren, that they don't want any Titan near Eren. Plans back on. The other teams start running and distracting, getting the attention of the other Titans by running at them on foot, because the Titans are ignoring him, almost like they know Eren's messing up their lives, and yelling insults at them on the ground. And I was like, classic men. So they're just yelling insults at him, and then when they get close enough, the Titans actually go for them and not Eren. So Mikasa and Armin are tasked with being next to Eren and keeping him protected and sane and making sure he makes it to the hole in the wall. Other teams are still fighting Titans. I mean, we just start watching people just get like brutally attacked too, because more Titans are still coming in through the hole. Eren says he feels like he's going to buckle under the weight of the boulder, because I mean it's noticeably bigger than him, and he still doesn't got this whole Titan thing down yet. I mean, this is literally like his second transformation, and the first one was involuntary. And some people are still getting snatched and crushed. Eren says they're all born free, and his anger is at the people who try to take it away. He has this whole monologue while he's walking across the city. Take it away are wrong, and they fight to win and risk it all for even a glimmer of real freedom. Now here's the sad part. Mikasa looks back in this like epic moment. They're all fighting, slashing Titans, but we see our teammates dying, and her captain, Ian. So another soldier's like in the mouth of a Titan, and the captain swoops in, pulls his soldier out, and then the Titan grabs him in his mouth and beheads him. You see his head fall and the rest of his body go down. And you see like it hits her, but then she focuses back on the task. But he was so good to her and believed in her. Like, and now he was a good captain, and that made me really sad. And it was a really quick moment too, just like really half a second it happens and you see him get beheaded, and we don't linger on it much at all. And we, like, this is our last episode for this trust, and I don't know if they address it later, but it was a really sad moment for me. It's like, man, that's a good guy.
Mm-hmm.
Don't get attached to people in the show.
No, don't. No one.
It hurts. Even though I like have watched this already, I still do it. So one Titan still stands in the way of Eren dropping the boulder in the hole, and the blonde soldier, Rico, who's I know now, goes at him, takes out his eye, and then Mikasa slices the nape of the neck, and they get him out of the way. Eren slams the boulder into the hole and essentially seals the wall. Rico drops to her knees and cries and says, "Comrades, your sacrifices were not in vain." Like, you just watch the captain die and all these other people and close calls and all that, and man, that was a sad moment. And but I mean, it shows that like they joined the military and they're essentially depressed all the time because they know all their friends are going to probably die, and they might die any moment. Oh, it's a great world they live in. So Pixis deploys all reinforcements and says to bring the elite squad home. Mikasa says she's not going to withdraw until they recover Eren. Eren is fused to the Titan, like how we saw last time. Like, his muscles are like attached to his face and his hands and stuff inside the Titan in the nape of the neck. And Rico is just like, "I'm gonna cut him out," and Mikasa's like, "Wait, we don't know what that might do." It didn't matter. She cut him out real fast, and he falls out. Takes Armin down with him because Armin was like holding him up. And Armin's saying that like he's steaming hot and like he hurts to touch because the the Titan's body is like releasing steam, and you can see it in like 2 seconds. It's like melting away. It's really creepy looking. Two Titans all of a sudden appear, threatening Eren and Armin because they're on the ground. And here we go. And look who's there. My amazing man Levi appears out of nowhere, does this cool, really spinny move, and then looks like this, and then shoots over to them and takes down those two Titans.
He is just the spinniest boy. I don't think he goes anywhere without
little
spinning.
Flashy boy, and I love him.
Yeah, he's excellent.
Eren sees him, and he's standing there really epically, like on top of the Titan bodies, and he has this beautiful green cloak on. And Eren goes, "The wings of freedom," because he wants to be a scout beyond the wall. And then here's my favorite Levi quote we've had so far. Pay attention, kiddos. This is the part where you explain to me exactly what it is I'm looking at. Just the fact that he's like, all right, kiddos. I love
He
him.
definitely doesn't call them kiddos.
Oh, he calls them kiddos.
Sub.
What did he say in the sub?
He just says, is anyone going to explain to me what happened?
Oh, he very epically goes, pay attention, in the very great Matt Mercer voice. Pay attention, kiddos. This is the part where you explain what it is I'm looking at. And it's beautiful. So Levi is looking at Aaron having, emerged out of the deteriorating Titan body. The scout and garrison regiments coordinate. Like, we see Hanji and all of them coming in finally from where they were making it to help them and coordinate to get everyone back, take out the Titans. Wall cannons were firing ceaselessly for the next 2 days, destroying Titans. 4 meters and 7 meter Titans were captured and alive and restrained. We'll see those in the next, I guess it's like the end of this season. Hanji, yeah. And you'll see what they do with them. There are 207 dead and 800 dead or missing, which are presumed dead, and 897 people injured. So there are too many soldiers had fallen for celebration to be in order. I mean, that's insane amount of people.
Fair.
Oh, yeah. This is the sad part. In their cleanup efforts, Jean sees a body and realizes it's Marco's body.
Okay. Before we get super depressed, there is something that I can't let go of in the animation. Whenever Jean is cleaning up, he's wearing like these little gloves and like little head thing. And he walks in and his hands are like a doctor's. They're like out in front of him. Like, if you're watching, my hands are held out in front of me. Like, this is the frame. And they are the tiniest hands I have ever seen in my whole life. And
their people drawing is really off this season.
I made
they
Will
get better.
Look. I was like, look at his tiny, tiny hands. Because I cannot.
Don't make fun of us with baby hands.
He's got little baby hands.
I got baby hands. They're only like a centimeter bigger than what they were in kindergarten. So here we go. Back to depression. Sees Marco's body. It's like ripped in half and burned. Like, you see like his lip like cut. And I haven't gotten that part of the manga, but I'm sure it's way more graphic. They had wondered where he went to, but the medic says she needs his name so she can account for all the dead if they don't handle the body soon. An epidemic will break out because it's just like rotting corpses, and that causes a lot of diseases. And she says they will lament after the bodies are handled. You'll notice in this episode that they are all wearing masks and gloves, and there's ashes flying around. That is because they are mass burning the bodies that are died. And I didn't catch on to that the first time I watched the show, and this one I was like, they're wearing masks because they're burning their comrades' bodies because there's nowhere to put it. And if they're gonna retake this city, they can't have like a grave of 1,000. It's gonna take forever. You're gonna have their list of names, say they died in battle, and burn their bodies. And I was like, wow, that is a very accurate war depiction there, but really depressing. Yeah. So they find leftover Titan vomit. This is where we get to discuss that Titans do not have digestive systems.
Or buttholes.
Or wartholes.
I will never let it go.
So once they get their fill of people, like a cat and a hairball, they just go and spit it up in this little red, bloody, gooey ball thing. And you can kind of see pieces of bodies in there, but you can't make out who they are or anything. And
which is
really
even
depressing.
more messed up because they don't need to eat people.
Nope.
They just do it.
They just do it. And they're not attracted to any other mammals, just people. So that sucks. So we see Annie looking at all the bodies, and Annie starts crying. She starts saying, I'm sorry, I'm sorry, I'm sorry. And then Reiner walks by with Berthold and says, contrition does them no good. What they need is a proper burial. Very emotionless while Annie's sobbing.
He just tells her to keep moving in the sub.
Still horrible.
He's like, we gotta keep going. It's a much kinder thing to say.
No, because there's more to it, and
Well, we can't talk about that right now. And
No, we can't.
anyway,
And so, but it's just keep watching the show. Aaron comes to like consciousness, and he's in a jail cell. Commander Irvin and Captain Levi are questioning him, and so he comes to, and they're like, "Did you get that?" And he's like, "Oh, what?" And he's in custody of the military police, and Irvin and Levi are granted permission to talk to him because they're not military police; they're scouts. Irvin has Aaron's key that his dad gave him and wears around his neck, and is questioning about the cellar and the Titan secrets that are in it. So I'm guessing probably Aaron spilled the beans in his sleep and while he was somewhat conscious. Levi thinks it's very convenient that his dad went missing and his memories are both MIA. And Irvin's like, "Stop, we talked about this," because they're having couple disputes. Irvin
Always.
says Aaron has no reason to lie, and they've discussed that. And it's like, he really doesn't. He's literally just done everything he could. They say they want to go back to the cellar in Shinganshina and essentially do there what they did in Trost, block the hole. But he says but then also go to the cellar and find the Titan secrets. He also says that they think the armored and colossal Titan. They say this really quickly too, and it's very important. They say they think that the armored and colossal Titans are like Aaron, people who are also Titans. So basically, they're like, we think we have spies amongst us. Like, we think they're hidden in our groups, and we don't know. Like, they don't know if they are aware they're Titans. They seem conscious based on what Aaron saw on the wall when the Colossal looked at him and then like swiped all the cannons off. But yeah, so that's a big reveal in the show. And then they ask Aaron what his intentions are, and he goes through his whole monologue in his head of his life and screams in classic Aaron crazy eye fashion for season 1. He wants to become a scout and slaughter all the Titans in his path. This is a good trigger for Levi. Levi says, "I don't trust you, but I trust my ability to handle you and kill you if I need to, if you go Titan." Because that's very true. We've seen it. He says the bigwigs won't like, they want to use him, but they make him an official member of the scout regiment so that they have control over him. And my last little bullet point for that before the after credits was, I love Levi so much because
I mean, how hot is it for someone to be like, "I don't trust you, but I trust me, and I know I can put you down."
And he's like leaning in on the cage, staring at him, and I was like,
I can't.
With his little frilly like neck collar thing, he's so prim and proper all the time. I love
Levi is just so awesome because he's so attractive, but he's so unconventionally attractive. He's a short
man, tiny man, really frilly, loves clean things, very orderly,
and a total killer.
He's like the opposite of a bad boy, but he is still a bad boy, but in a very ruled way.
I adore him so much.
Same. So after credits, I actually got the whole quote down, and that was a lot to type. A special court-martial. Aaron is released from his underground cell only to be dragged before a tribunal. The issue being decided, whether he lives or dies. We see some high-ranking people in a court. We can assume they're very frilly-looking people. They look like the highest rank of the military because they still have military police uniforms on, but they look a little plumper, like they're not having to fight for their lives. And Aaron tied to a post and looking pretty beat up, and we see Levi hit him. So you're like, whoa. And that's all we see for a preview for next time.
I have no voice actors for this episode.
Other than we can just acknowledge Matt Mercer and his beautiful, beautiful voice.
There you go. Some of us didn't watch Matt Mercer though, so I will not be acknowledging him.
That is very true.
Then I have no fun facts. I do have the mid-episode screens though. So this one is about the history of battles against Titans, and it just says pretty much nothing. It says the oldest available records say Titans appeared 107 years ago. They devoured most of humanity. Humanity retaliated with cannons, but they were useless in the face of Titan's regenerative abilities. I have such a hard time saying that word. Such a hard time. Regenerative.
Oh, nope, you'll get it wrong.
Regenerative.
Now you sound like Kermit. Regenerative.
Working order.
Okay, so next week we're gonna watch season 1, episode 14, 15, and 16.
Woot.
This is also another 3-part arc, as the show loves to do. Right, we're only doing those 3 because it's a 3-part arc.
Yeah, this one's one arc. The one after it is 6 though.
Yeah. So episode 14 is Can't Look Into His Eyes Yet, Eve of the Counterattack, part 1. 15 is Special Operations Squad, Eve of the Counterattack, part 2. Episode 16 is What Needs to Be Done Now, Eve of the Counterattack, part 3. And that's the final part of Eve of the Counterattack.
That's the whole Eve.
That is all the Eves. All 3 Eves.
All the Eves. Huzzah.
Yeah. So, that was a lot. And this is where we finally start to get regular Levi and Irvin and Hanji. And this is what I wait for, because those are my top tier characters there. I watch this for Levi.
I'm enjoying sub Aaron quite a bit.
Well,
That's all I will say. Well, you should watch it in sub.
I've got to watch it in dubbed, and you watch it in sub. We bring in the both views, and we're just proving that sub tends to be a lot better in this dialogue.
That's true. I do love that. Okay. Well, I'm not going to go and do another tangent.
Yeah, okay. Lauren,
we did
one more time. What's the show you like? You want everybody to watch?
It's called Ranking of Kings.
Ranking of
really
Kings, everyone.
Wonderful.
Let Lauren get it in one more time.
It's subbed and dubbed on Funimation.
Okay. I just said what's the show name? We already went over it. Okay. So Ranking of Kings, and I've got to go stir beans. That's the Ranking of Kings and gotta stir beans.
Dear Lord. We love anime.
And we love you. Bye.
Bye.